Hello and welcome to Choose Rows, Choose Calls. My name's Jeff, I'm glad you're here. Let's just jump right in. By the end of this short video, you'll be able to use the Choose Rows and Choose Calls functions. You'll understand how to use them on their own and nested within other functions. Let's head straight to Excel. Exercise 1. These two choose functions help us pick rows or columns out of a range. Now in a previous video, we did something similar with the take and drop functions. The take and drop functions use consecutive ranges. In other words, continuous rows or columns. Whereas the choose rows and choose calls functions allow us to pick and choose the rows or columns. Let's check it out. First, let's start by looking at the take function. Let's say we want to take from this entire table, comma, how many rows? We want all the rows, so we'll just leave that argument blank. And how many columns? Let's say we want the first 4 columns. Close function and enter. And now we get the first 4 columns. We can't pick and choose. Like what if we wanted just the quarter end columns? Well, that's where the choose rows and choose calls functions come into play. Equals choose calls. We want to choose columns from this table, comma, and now we just define a list of columns that we want to return. For example, we want column 1, the item column, comma. We want column 4, which is March, or the end of the first quarter, comma. We want the 7th column, that's June, the end of the second quarter. We want column 10, and we want column 13. Close function and enter. So as you can see, this function lets us pick and choose non-adjacent columns to return. Pretty cool. And what about choose rows? It basically works the same way. Choose rows from this table, comma, and which rows do we want? Let's take 1, 2, and 4. Close function and enter. And now we've got it. Okay, and let's clear this out. Now, in addition to using numbers that count from the beginning, we can also use numbers that count from the end by using negatives. Check this out. Equals choose calls from this table, comma. Let's say we want the first column, comma, and the last column. That would be -1. Close function and enter. Cool? All right, cool. Let's go to the next exercise. Exercise 2. Now, in a previous video, we talked about VSTACK and HSTACK, and both of these assumed the same order. In other words, with VSTACK, we're vertically stacking tables, and it assumes that the columns are in the same order. But what if they're not? For example, here we have a download from Bank 1, and this is their column order, date, description, amount. And we downloaded some activity from a different bank, Bank 2. And their export comes like this, date, amount, description, type. So if we want to combine them, we could use VSTACK, but this is going to assume that the columns are in the same order. For example, we want to stack this table, comma, with these values. Close function and enter. And you can see it's a mess. No worries. We can use choose calls to fix this. So let's try that again. VSTACK. Okay, we want the values from this table, comma, and then we want to choose calls from this table. And we want to return column 1 first, comma, then we want the description column, that's the 3rd column, so we want to return that next, comma, and then we want the 2nd column, the amount column. Close the choose calls function, close the VSTACK function, and enter. And now we got it. And let's go ahead and just format column G as a date, and OK. Boom, now we got it. As you can see, the choose calls function also makes a great helper function. Let's go to the next exercise, exercise 3. Here we have a table of transactions. We want to allow the user to enter an item, and we want to return these columns for that item. So we might consider doing this with the filter function, equals filter. We want to return values from this table, comma. We only want to include those rows where the item column is equal to our item. Close function and enter. As you can see, that returns all of the AB101 transactions. But I don't want all of those columns. I want to kind of pick selected columns. Well, that leads us to the choose calls function. Let's edit our formula, and we're going to use choose calls, and the array is whatever is returned by the filter function, comma. And then which columns do we want? Well, we want the transaction ID column, that's column 1. We want the quantity column, that's actually column 3. Comma, we want the price column, that's column 4. And we want the total column, and that is column 8. Close function and enter. Okay, and now we got it. As you can see, CHOOSECOLS works great with other functions. Hopefully these have been helpful. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Hey Excel user, if you ever need to create summary reports, check out my Pivot Table for Beginners video. It starts at the beginning and shows how to store the data transactions in a table and then how to summarize those transactions with a pivot table report. I hope it helps unlock the incredible power of pivot tables.
This video is a production of Excel University.